Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of our amazing stories. Today, we have a thrilling story for you about a hitman who had a very different childhood than most. How she became a hitman and what happened that will make her quite killing. This story is sure to keep you on the edge of your seat, so don't miss it. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our exciting stories. Let's get started. I've always loved killing, which I blame on my agricultural background. It's a mistake to name it a farm. I grew up in a cabin in the country with only my father and sister. He never harmed us, but he was strict and strong in his principles. There was no such thing as male or female for him. Everyone under his roof was a hunter by nature. He used to leave us home alone for many hours when we were kids. He took me hunting for the first time when I was 3 years old. Rabbits and squirrels were never cute to me, they were always prey. When I was 10, I hunted a deer for the first time. I had gained a strong body and was flexible. Amy was never a huntress, but she was a master of hiding. So she went into hiding. Dad was furious at first, but I hunted so successfully that I did more than enough for both of us. Amy was also capable of managing herself, capturing smaller creatures. Because of her peaceful nature, she succeeded at fishing with her own hands. But she never seemed to like any of it. Dad died when I was 13 years old. He was cornered by a bear and kept screaming, "Shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it, you fucking scumbag!" I barely had 2 shots left and was too nervous, so the first shot was unsuccessful, and the second was poor to bring the bear down. Amy grabbed my hand and we took off like lightning. I'm not sorry about my father's final words to me. After all, he was screaming and being eaten alive. I instantly forgiven him. Who I could never forgive was myself for failing Dad. After that, we were placed with a foster family. Amy quickly adjusted to a regular life, and she was plainly loved by the family. I am thankful to them for providing a comfortable bed and for finally teaching me how to write and read, but I kept my gratitude to myself at home. I missed killing things. Every day, I went hunting by myself. My family was first surprised by my skills. My foster mother said the poor ducky the second time. Third, my foster father requested me to donate what I had hunted to someone else. I began selling it. I made a lot of money and donated it all to my sister's education fund. After all, she was intelligent and needed the money. All I needed was to scent the delectable bitterness of new blood. I married the kindest man when I was 18 years old. It was incredible how we balanced each other's personalities, with him always being calm and cheerful. Trevor was 15 years older than me and a merchant in our tiny town, selling a variety of goods. He would occasionally sell pieces of my hunts, such as meat, fur, and heads, as rewards. We were pleased. We had 5 wonderful years together until he was killed during a robbery. I was filled with fury from that minute on. The desire to kill took over. I didn't know how to operate a business, so I asked my husband's brother Adam to take over. However, Adam was an alcoholic and a jackass, and the shop quickly went bankrupt. Nothing was left for me. When I discovered some dark sides of the internet, I realized I could sell my skills to satisfy my ever-increasing bloodlust. My job name is now famous, so I am. Nobody recognizes my face, and no one knows I'm even a woman. My physique is slim and strong, perfect for infiltrating. I appear trustworthy enough for my target to invite me out to supper. It's sometimes too simple. I've made a name for myself among politicians, and affluent cheated wives adore me. Of course, my customers aren't necessarily from the upper class, and they like to negotiate. It's fairly uncommon for some jerk to hire me to murder his wealthy father/uncle and then pay me when he receives his inheritance. I just laugh at their faces and tell them to fuck off before I kill them. Until my instincts led me to continue talking to the guy after he informed me his payment terms. "I'll receive some money," he wrote, "but the trouble is, I used to have a brother. He's no longer alive. No children." However, I spoke with my lawyer, who reminded me that his widow will receive half of my money. So I want to eliminate her. "Sure, just email me her information," I said for the first time. Because I was familiar with the story. I didn't want to be suspicious and believe it was me. I simply felt sad for the poor woman and wondered whether I would fuck up with the guy. But it was me. My brother-in-law, who was regularly rescued by me and my husband after repeatedly losing everything in gambling, who destroyed our shop and I did nothing, wanted to execute me. No, he wanted to pay someone else to kill me since his coward ass couldn't do it himself. I agreed to the job. I went to see my sister Amy the next day and asked her something no twin sister should ask the other: "Can you die in my place? When I accept a job, I will complete it no matter what." So I sent a photo of my murdered victim, my sister, to my client. This was my signature move. Amy, as I have mentioned, is not a huntress. She's an excellent hider. So, after I faked her death and given Adam a false feeling of security, he discovered my sister, posing as me, in his filthy flat. "What are you doing here, Amanda?" He was sweaty and mumbling. "I just stopped over to discuss a bit about the inheritance we're going to get," my sister remarked quietly, exactly copying my voice and accent. Adam had no idea I had a sister because she was gone for her graduation. Me and my husband both stayed to ourselves and never had a wedding party, so our families didn't know each other very well. "Inheritance? I'm not sure what you're talking about," he said, making a weak effort at lying. "Why don't you ask your hired hitman, Adam?" She questioned as I arrived from behind him, dressed just like her. It was a lot of fun putting this together. Adam was pale as he turned to face me, and I'm sure he peed himself. "What is going on? Is this some kind of joke?" That was the only thing he could say before I choked him. "Isn't it your responsibility that my hubby was shot? I just stabbed him once. I knew exactly how to kill someone with a single deadly stab, but it wouldn't happen this time. You fucking loser. Your scumbag loan sharks broke into the store and murdered him. You let the store go bankrupt because you were frightened of staying there." He quickly shook his head, attempting to deny it, but his eyes spoke the truth. I hadn't completely noticed it until that moment. It was a flash of insight, and I despised his guts even more. My sister and I did what we were good at. She hid, not wanting to witness the brutality I was going to release, as I stabbed and stabbed and stabbed. When Adam's corpse was discovered, the authorities captured his loan shark right away. They had been looking into him for a long time and only needed one more move to make their move. They validated my concerns about the loan shark murdering my spouse. My bloodlust had faded as the story came to a close. I still go hunting on most weekends, but I'm tired of murdering people. Nothing can bring my husband back, but I can go forward, experience new things, and focus on something else. I still have a lot of life ahead of me. So here's some advice: if you're considering hiring a hitman, don't. The best of them all went out of business. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's story about the hitman. If you did, please give us a like and consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss any new story from us. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the story in the comments below, as well as any suggestions or topics you may have for our future videos. If you enjoyed today's story, please feel free to share it with your friends and family. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.